When is Dakota Ditcheva going to the UFC?
I think people now, with me beating Tyler Santos, they want to see like what else I'm capable of, so it's got to be something more.
Women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves, and people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
You could be the face of women's MMA. You're on that path. It's there.
Just scare me a little bit, you know, that people are putting all this this faith in me. Although I know I'm going to do that anyway. I'm going to be the face of female MMA. I know that's one of my goals, you know, to inspire and things like that. And I want to be the best, but it is can be daunting at times.
Everyone thought Dakota Ditcheva was about to make the jump to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Undefeated, violent, marketable, and one of the fastest rising names in women's MMA, she looked like the perfect signing for Dana White. Fans were convinced it was only a matter of time before she walked into the octagon and shook up the flyweight division. But instead of leaving, Dakota stunned the fight world by re-signing with the Professional Fighters League and keeping herself at the center of one of the biggest promotion battles in combat sports. That decision changed everything. Dakota didn't just stay loyal to PFL, she made it clear she wanted a deal that secured her future and respected her value. She openly said she was happy in the end because the agreement took time and had to be right for both sides. That tells you something important. Dakota knows exactly how big a star she is becoming. She understands that she's no longer just another fighter chasing opportunities. She is the opportunity. Promotions now need her as
women want to be equal. And believe me when I tell you, women have proved here that they are equal. They have absolutely proven themselves, and people love the women's fights. These women become big stars.
Much as she needs them. The reason so many fans believed UFC was next is simple. Dakota has the kind of style that creates instant buzz. She doesn't point fight. She hurts people. Her Muay Thai striking, knees in the clinch, sharp elbows, speed, and finishing instinct make her one of the most exciting women in MMA today. Every time she fights, there's
We have Dakota Ditcheva versus Weili Zhang for the flyweight UFC championship. Insane.
Even her against Valentina, I would love to see. I think that would be a great striking match as well. And I think it'd be interesting because she beat Tyler Santos, who arguably could have beat Valentina without a headbutt.
Feeling something violent could happen at any second. That kind of energy sells tickets, builds highlights, and turns fighters into stars. Then there's the resume. Dakota blasted through PFL competition and scored one of the biggest wins of her career by defeating Tyler Santos, a woman many fans believed nearly beat Valentina Shevchenko in the UFC. When Dakota handled Santos impressively, people immediately started asking the obvious question. If she can beat someone like that, what could she do against UFC champions? And Dakota hasn't exactly been shy about her confidence. She has said she believes she could beat names like Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso. That's not small talk. That's a direct challenge to the best flyweights in the world. She's not asking for tune-up fights or slow development. She believes she can walk into the UFC and fight for gold. That confidence is one reason fans are obsessed with her future. Still, the reality is more complicated than simply signing with UFC tomorrow. PFL knows Dakota is one of its biggest stars. She has the look, the record, the skill set, and the momentum to headline cards and carry women's MMA for the company. Letting her walk to UFC would be a major loss, not just competitively but commercially. That's why re-signing her was so important. It keeps one of the sport's hottest names under their banner and sends a message that they can retain elite talent. So is Dakota going to the UFC? Right now, not immediately. She chose to stay with PFL, and by her own words she secured something important for herself and her family. But that doesn't mean the UFC story is dead. In MMA, things change fast. One fight, one contract ending, one massive offer, or one super fight opportunity can shift everything overnight. Dakota is still young, still unbeaten, and still improving. If she keeps winning, the UFC door will remain wide open. What makes this so interesting is that Dakota doesn't even need the UFC yet to stay relevant. Most fighters need the UFC platform to become stars. Dakota has become a major talking point without it. People already debate fantasy fights between her and Valentina.
It's just get me anything.
Yeah, I'm just like, get me anything, literally. But like you said, you know, it was kind of, it's hard. I get it's hard for PFL. You know, they put all the girls in the tournament, and then now they need to find someone that's gonna kind of give me a good competition. They can't give me someone that's, you know, just kind of signed to the PFL and not really had that much experience, because it doesn't make sense. I've just beat Santos very easily. I think that's another thing that I have to understand is, like, if I'd had a 5-round war with Santos, there would have been a few more people in there that would have been more of a match. But I walked through it. I walked through everyone last year, so it just put them in a difficult position now, and I get it, but I'm sure they'll work to find someone.
And Grasso, even her against legends like Ronda Rousey. That means whenever she does cross over, if she does, it will feel like an event, not just another signing. For now, Dakota seems focused on dominating where she is, building her brand, and making sure every move benefits her long-term.
Santos is in trouble. She's in big trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Future. That may be smarter than rushing into the UFC for hype alone. If she continues stacking wins and creating demand, she could eventually enter the UFC with leverage most fighters never get. Instead of begging for a chance, she could arrive as a superstar. So the honest answer is this: Dakota Ditcheva is not going to the UFC right now, but the possibility is absolutely alive. She re-signed with PFL, yet she continues to talk like someone who believes she belongs with the best in the world. If she keeps destroying opponents, the pressure for a UFC move will only grow louder. And when that moment comes, women's MMA could change overnight. Liz Carmouche just sent one of the most shocking warnings yet to Dakota Ditcheva, and now the entire women's MMA world is watching what could become a career-defining collision between the old guard and the dangerous new era. Dakota Ditcheva has been built up as the future of women's mixed martial arts, an undefeated finisher with explosive Muay Thai striking, brutal knees, sharp elbows, speed, confidence, and the kind of charisma promotions dream about. Every time she steps into the cage, she looks like a star ready to break through to the global level. She has already destroyed respected names, battered former UFC title challenger Taila Santos, overwhelmed Sumiko Inaba, and crushed Hasna Gaber in terrifying fashion. To many fans, Dakota is no longer just a prospect. She is the next major force in women's MMA. But now standing across from that hype is a woman who has seen everything this sport can offer, Liz Carmouche. Liz Carmouche is not some random veteran trying to stay relevant. She is one of the most respected pioneers in women's MMA history. She fought in the first women's UFC title fight against Ronda Rousey, competed at the highest level for years, became Bellator champion, and has repeatedly proven that age means nothing when skill, toughness, and experience are still elite. At 41 years old, Carmouche is still winning fights, still knocking people out, still cashing checks, and now she has made it clear she wants Dakota Ditcheva next. That alone changed the conversation. This is no longer about Dakota fighting another prospect or another tune-up opponent. This is about whether
Fuck the game up, change up from your range stuff to your greatness, famous with the way up, play the game, bro.
Importante para Alexa para que haga historia. Está muy cerca, toma Lechchenko. Alexa Grasso, México. Momento, Alexa Grasso durante todo el combate. Ya se logró descender. Este cinturón se va a volar. ¡Viva México!
whether the future can survive the past. Fresh off another major win, Liz grabbed attention by calling for the PFL to open bigger opportunities and by openly targeting Dakota Ditcheva for a super fight. That call-out was massive because it instantly created a storyline fans understand. Dakota represents youth, violence, momentum, and hype. Liz represents legacy, grit, championship experience, and danger. It is the classic sports matchup that always safe.
I feel right now, looking at the two people who are fighting for their belt, you could beat them right now. Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I definitely think I'd be up there.
Your skill set matches up perfectly with theirs. It's not like they're wrestlers or anything like that.
No, and I think we'll see that when I win this season now, and say I beat someone like Liz Carmouche and Taila Santos. As soon as I beat them, I think what else can people expect other than greatness for the rest of the year?
Cells. The hungry lion versus the battle-tested hunter. Supporters of Dakota believe she would run through Liz the same way she has through many others. They see Dakota as too fast, too sharp, too modern, and too athletic for a veteran in her 40s. They point to her striking arsenal, saying Carmouche would struggle with the knees in the clinch, the kicks to the body, the elbows inside range, and Dakota's constant pressure. They believe Dakota has evolved skills built for the current era of MMA, while older generations relied more on grit than complete systems. In their eyes, Dakota would be too much too soon. But Liz supporters fire back hard. They say Dakota has never faced someone with Carmouche's level of experience, cage IQ, wrestling threat, mental toughness, and championship composure. They argue it is easy to look unbeatable when facing opponents who cannot punish mistakes, but Carmouche has spent years fighting. That's elite competition. She knows how to slow down dangerous strikers, how to pressure against the fence, how to mix takedowns with dirty boxing, and how to mentally drag younger fighters into ugly waters. That is where veterans often win. Not in highlight exchanges, but in moments of discomfort. This is what makes the matchup so dangerous for Dakota. If she beats Liz Carmouche decisively, it would silence critics who say she has not fought enough proven names. It would add a legendary scalp to her resume and likely push calls for a UFC move even louder. It would prove she can handle not just athletic opponents, but elite veterans with real championship histories. It would also strengthen the idea that she is ready for names like Valentina Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso, or any top flyweight in the world. But if Dakota loses, the narrative flips overnight. Suddenly, the future queen label gets questioned. Fans would ask whether she was protected, whether the hype came too early, and whether she was exposed by the first truly seasoned veteran she faced. In fight sports, perception changes fast. One night can build a legend or crack the foundation. For Liz Carmouche, the stakes are just as massive. She has already built a respected legacy. She does not need Dakota to validate her career. But beating the undefeated star everyone talks about would be one of the biggest late-career statements imaginable.
Yeah, I think.
And then who wins? Dakota versus Valentina.
You really make me say that. She's my favourite fighter, but come on.
Favorite fighter, number one.
Yeah, she is. She's always been my favourite fighter, Valentina, yeah.
All time.
Yeah, all time.
Have you ever told her
this? I
this?
think like she's just like an MMA athlete. Like,
yeah.
What can she not do? Like, she can grapple. If she needs to win by grappling, she can do it. If she needs to strike, she can do it. Like, I mean, so many people thought she was going to get a belt taken off her by the French girl, Manon
Fiorot.
Oh, you said it quite well. Yeah, people wrote her off with that, and look what she did. She always finds a way to win. I think she's very, very.
It would prove she is not a name from the past, but still a present-day threat. It would remind the MMA world that greatness does not disappear because younger fighters arrive. Sometimes greatness adapts. Sometimes it waits. Then it ruins the party. There is also a bigger business story here. The PFL needs stars, and Dakota is one of the biggest stars they have. She is marketable, exciting, undefeated.
The post-fight interview, you announced that you had re-signed with the PFL. Congratulations. Are you happy with how everything turned out?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I am happy now in the end. It took a while. I mean, I fought last November, so it took a while for us to come to, you know, something that was right for the both of us. But I'm happy now, you know, I just secured my future for me and my family.
And easy to promote. Losing momentum around her would hurt. But making a fight with Liz Carmouche could be smart business because it creates a real event. Fans understand champion versus legend. Youth versus veteran. Finisher versus grinder.